getting to the next game from Wild Card Weekend, the other one from Saturday. The Ravens beat the Steelers 28-14. Condolences to Gary and Cordell. Toddy, what did you think about this one?
I expected it to be this way. Kevin and I, we go back and forth on pretty much all the games throughout the week. And he was on the fence about who would cover the spread. I think the spread was 9.5 points. So, Kevin, there's not really much to look at here. The Ravens are going to they're going to eviscerate them. They're at home. They're like, but it's 10 points. It's a lot. Divisional point. Played them 3 times. Tough to be a good team multiple times in the year. I was like, well, Kevin, let's just look at the fact that Russell Wilson had let's just go off the fact that the Steelers haven't led a football game in 5 games. It's been basically since almost the end of November, early December. They haven't led a football game. I think the past 3 games, they only had like 19 points through 3 games. I looked at it from, Zay Flowers, Pro Bowl receiver, he's not playing. You got me there. I said, what about Derrick Henry? That always his carries. I think I put it. I think I put in the group chat when Kevin put up the little picture of Zay Flowers being out. I was like, oh, that just means Derrick Henry is getting 10 more carries than normal. I think he had like 160 something yards, 2 touchdowns. Lamar balled out. We saw Mark Andrews. The Ravens are a really well-rounded team. I feel like Lamar is the MVP of the league, and he's going to figure his way out to a victory, especially in the first round of the playoffs. Got a huge test of them ahead, but I thought that this game, just given on what the Steelers have shown us in previous games, I just thought the Ravens would handle the Steelers pretty easily.
Kevin, what did you think about this one?
It's so sad watching the Steelers, man. It's sad. They won a playoff game since 2016. They are the only team in the Super Bowl era to have 8 straight winning seasons and 0 playoff wins. The 6-game losing streak in the playoffs, they've been outscored by 73 points. I don't know what Mike Tomlin has to do, but there is no more culture. You know, what the Steelers, when we were kids growing up, the Troy Polamalu's, the Ryan Clarks would run through a wall. And these guys, this is just not the same kind of guys, man. You don't have a quarterback. When you don't have a quarterback, you really struggle. With Russell Wilson, he's really a pocket passer. And when you can get him, the run game going, the play action comes, the deep balls come, everything works. But when you run the ball 11 times and get 29 yards, you really can't run the ball at all. And every time, I was texting Toddy, why do they keep running the football? When are they look at the score and say it's 21-0? Stop running the ball. So it's just really hard to watch. But the Steelers defense did not show up. I thought without Zay Flowers, like Toddy said, they can cover the spread because who the hell is going to throw the ball to? Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely? Yeah. No one really fears those guys. And like Toddy said, this was a Derrick Henry masterclass. 26 carries, 186 yards with 2 touchdowns. It's very apparent that with the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's George Pickens or nothing. You take George Pickens away, and it's nothing. He was able to find the end zone in this game in the second half, and they showed a little bit of life in the third quarter, but Derrick Henry was just too much to hold him. And Lamar Jackson was Lamar Jackson. So 16 of 21, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Looks like a great game. And the Steelers didn't convert a single third down in the first half. So it was a very long night for them. But my biggest question is how far can the Ravens go without Zay Flowers? Because against the Steelers, it works. It's going to work against Buffalo. We'll see.
I have the Ravens going all the way to the Super Bowl without Zay Flowers. But I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. And couple of things about the Steelers, kind of as we write their obituary here. Number one, as you said, Kevin, what else can Mike Tomlin do? Like, I think he just finished his 18th season or something crazy like that with the Steelers. And it's just like, what else can he do? Should he, like, Mike Tomlin's obviously a great coach. anytime that Kevin trolls you and I, Toddy, saying that the 49ers should fire Kyle Shanahan, I'm always thinking to myself, who are they going to get that's better? Mike Tomlin is, I don't know if I'd necessarily say better because he doesn't win playoff games or he hasn't recently, but he's one of those guys that I would put at the top of the list if the 49ers ever did decide to move on from Kyle Shanahan, which I'm not saying they should do anytime soon because that would be stupid. That would be stupid. But anyways, just what else is there for Mike Tomlin to do with the Steelers? What else can he accomplish with the Steelers? He doesn't have Lamar Jackson. He doesn't have Joe Burrow. And so how long is it going to take him to get one of those guys? Just Kenny Pickett, Mr. Two Gloves, was not the answer. I told Gary that it wasn't the answer from the jump. Maybe it's my bias. Maybe it's my presidency of the Justin Fields fan club. But the thing about this season is, okay, great. The Steelers went to the playoffs. Congratulations. But they flamed out over the last 2 months. And now you're left with, well, Russ isn't the guy long term. Do we bring him back next year? And then you have Justin Fields, who showed potential, but he didn't show enough to make you decide that's our guy. And so now the Steelers, they're left with another quarterback question because at least what it's been over the last 5 years, we saw the Russell Wilson experience for what it is. Started off great and just went down like a roller coaster. And so now the Steelers are left with many questions. Do they keep their Hall of Fame head coach? I mean, it's fair to say Mike Tomlin's a Hall of Fame head coach, right?
Oh, easily.
Okay. And so do they keep their Hall of Fame head coach? Kevin, you saw with the Philadelphia Eagles how they let go of Andy Reid, and then he goes on to win multiple Super Bowls. Yeah, the Eagles did get their one, and so it's not as painful as it would be for Toddy and I if we saw Kyle Shanahan go on to win Super Bowls with someone else. But it's just a lot of questions for the Steelers, and I guess we'll have to wait and see.